think it's about time for an update. Seven months. It has been 7 months since I uploaded a video to YouTube. And, well, if you guys are wondering what the hell I've been up to for the last 7 months, this is pretty much it. For those of you that don't know, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of effort and willpower to get out here in this garage and to do things on this car. And a lot of that came with also like moving. I moved to a new house. Obviously, you guys have not seen this garage yet. This is the new garage. And yeah, over the last couple of months, this is what I've been accumulating. There is more than just what you see on this table. There's parts here. There's the motor. There's a transmission right underneath this table, a set of wheels over in the corner, more things in all of these boxes and everything that's going on in this car. This has been what I've been working for the last year. Everything going on there. So let's take a deep dive. But before I show you guys the parts, let me show you guys around. So obviously none of you guys have seen this particular place on YouTube yet. This is my new house. I moved into a new place recently about 3-4 months ago with my girlfriend. We finally lived together. It was a lot closer to work for both of us. So yeah, I finally, after the longest amount of time, have a place to work on my car by myself, my whole garage, strictly just for me. Nobody else's stuff in here, no roommates. The amount of stress off my shoulders by just not having to really answer to anybody so that I can work on my car and get things done is just immenseful. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys around a little bit and kind of how I've outfitted the area and the workspace. So like I said, the car is finally on the rotisserie. I've had this rotisserie for the last couple of months, but I just haven't really been in a position to put the car up onto the rotisserie. But as you can see, it's finally in the air. There's no suspension, no anything underneath this car. Everything's pulled out. Most of the interior has been pulled out. The only thing really left is the driver's side door, the front windshield, and a couple other little things. So that has been an immensely big part of getting things done. I want to turn this car over, basically sandblast the entire underside of the car, get everything done so that this car will never, ever, ever rust again. My old toolbox kind of been shoved over here in the corner. There's no tools in it anymore because I picked up this thing recently. Massive toolbox. Did I need this massive toolbox? Probably not, but what the hell. It makes me feel better, and now I have room for a lot more tools to work on this car, and yeah, I freaking love it. So yeah, that is just kind of like a quick little overall brief of the new garage that I've been wanting to show you guys for a while. So let's get back to those parts. So let's talk suspension first. Over here, I have a set of BC Racing coilovers, and the first thing you're going to notice about these coilovers is that I don't have a sleeve attached to the bottom that would normally go right here. The reasoning for that is I sent the sleeves off to a fabricator so that they can be welded new brackets on that will attach to my custom suspension that we're going to be putting on the Datsun, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then over here, I have a set of C2B coilover to bag conversion bags. This is going to be swapping out with the spring setup that you see on the coilovers so that we can convert these coilovers over to an airbag suspension setup. To go along with those coilovers and the C2B bag conversion is the Invincible Extreme Rear Forward 8.8 kit. I know there's a couple other companies out there like Techno Toy Tuning, Apex Engineered, and some others that make Ford 8.8 rear ends, but this system right here is tested, is tried and true. It's been handled by a lot of high horsepower Datsuns, and I like to support a small business, so we're gonna try something a little bit different here. This right here is his Ford 8.8 rear differential carrier. This right here is a set of brackets that will hold the Ford Mustang hubs and everything in the rear. And then to whip it all together, the big guys themselves, a set of 34 spline rear CV axles. These things aren't breaking. These aren't going anywhere. This is gonna hold all the power in the back of that Datsun. And it's not like we're looking for a whole lot of power. We're looking for a mild, like 400 to 500 horsepower. But I can guarantee you this, those dinky little regular CV axles that come on the Datsun, or just even the regular 31 spline from, like, say, an Explorer, those are gonna be no match for these guys right here. Man, there's a lot to unpack right here. Everything you can see on this table right now is from Techno Toy Tuning, so let's just go over a couple of things. First thing you're gonna see right here is a set of Techno Toy Tuning rear lower control arms. Nothing too really wrong with the ones that come on the Datsun, the stock ones. We just, wanted to upgrade to something a little nicer, a little bit more modern, a little prettier. So we have those. Another thing that's gonna be going on the car at the front is a set of Techno Toy Tuning tension rods. Yeah, definitely a lot nicer than what comes on the car already. And then also in the front, to go across the front cross member, we're gonna take a 50-year upgrade and go to Techno Toy Tuning's steering rack. To go along with that is also the tension rods that come with it. This is from their website. This is the ultimate steering package. But what are all these other little things that are on the table? Well, everything else that you see by Techno Toy Tuning that's on this table is not going on my Datsun. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm actually gonna be doing a full-blown giveaway with Techno Toy Tuning to include some of the things that are on this table. So, just to give you an idea of what's gonna be coming in that giveaway, we have the R230, and I believe this is also R200 short nose mustache bar. It also supports R180 down here at the bottom. So 3 different mustache bar setups for 3 different differentials. It's a pretty sweet piece, billet. And if that wasn't enough, right here is their dog bone, which also goes to their drop mounts. So I'm giving both of those away as well at the end of this video. A pair of drop mounts, the dog bone, all the bracketry that goes with it to basically hook it up, the mustache bar, and one little extra kicker, this ultimate steering package. I have one for myself, but Techno Toy Tuning has agreed to give one of you guys one of these as well. So I have a complete extra set of the ultimate steering package from Techno Toy Tuning. One of you guys will be winning that. So stay tuned towards the end of the video and I'll show you guys how to enter that giveaway. Let's swap over to the engine for a second. One of the things that I had to think about when I was doing this build was the front accessories for my LS motor. Now I know there is a million options out there, probably 1,000,001 for all the different ways you can put accessories on an LS, whether you're going with any kind of aftermarket setup or just GM's setup from factory. But I wanted something a little bit nicer, something a little bit cleaner, and something that just brought everything in tight. So what I have here is Holley's mid-mount accessory kit. The big beauty piece of this whole thing is this right here. This is Holley's mid-mount water pump manifold. So off of this water pump manifold, you will have these water pump cartridges. So this goes here. And then off of that, this manifold can hold every other accessory needed for this motor. We have everything from a high amperage alternator to a sand-in AC compressor. That's right, I am gonna have AC in this bad boy. AC, power steering. Oversimplified? Yeah, you could say that, but it's gonna look damn cool. So yeah, that's a lot of parts that was on that table, and believe me, there's tons more in boxes, in totes, up in the attic. There's a lot of things to be done over the next year for this build. But as many of you are probably wondering, the car looks like it's literally still in the same position that it has been for the last year. It's, well, I guess not really. It's up on a rotisserie. But the last couple of things that I have to get out, like I said, I got to get some stuff out from underneath the bottom, some hoses, some brake lines, miscellaneous stuff on the bottom. I got to get the glass and stuff out, and then we're going to send this thing off to the sandblaster. It's going down to bare metal. Then we're going to prime it, and then we're going to start test fitting all of those parts that you saw. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things to come in the next couple of months, but I want to take one little quick step back and talk about something that I haven't really discussed on the channel thus far, and that's what the overall goal of what this thing is going to look like when it's finished. So I think it's about time to kind of let you guys in on that secret. Check this out. Pretty slick, huh? So that clip that you just saw was from a designer and 3D Blender artist by the name of PistonZero. After I saw his renders, I reached out to him on Instagram, basically just asked him if he was okay with me taking his designs and creating that car in real life. So that's what we're doing. That design that you just saw is what this thing is going to look like. And so with that being said, I've spent the last couple of months talking with a handful of miscellaneous people on how to get that done, how to get the body kit done, how to get the fenders, how to get the side skirts, how to get the louvers, and my most important piece, how to get that tail light. That tail light is sick. It's pretty modern. It's basically taking the car into, well, basically a new age. So that's what I've been working on for the last couple of months. I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on how I'm taking apart that process, how I'm going to be making some of those parts. I haven't really decided yet if we're going to be going down the fiberglass route or if we're going to be going down a carbon fiber route, but whatever has to be done over the next year or so, that's what's being made. And a lot has been in the works for it, so stay tuned because that's what we're building. So the last thing I want to talk about in this episode is something that I hold pretty near and dear to my heart. For anybody that has been watching this channel since the very first episode knows that 2 years ago I was diagnosed with cancer. Throughout that whole process of going through chemotherapy and everything, I was watching a lot of content creators, a lot of car builders on the channel, and it got me inspired. And I told myself that if I ever beat cancer, I would return back to building cars and do something that I used to love doing. With that being said, today's sponsor is Techno Toy Tuning, and they have graciously jumped on board as a sponsor for this channel in a 2-part giveaway. The first portion of that giveaway, as I showed you guys previously in the episode, is for a set of drop mounts, a mustache bar, a dog bone, and the ultimate steering package to one lucky Datsun owner. The second part of that giveaway is going to be some universal items. There's some keychains, t-shirt, a universal shift knob, and a $250 gift card to Techno Toy Tuning's website. The way that you're going to be able to enter this raffle is a link over in my bio to my Instagram account, where it's going to be set up to a PayPal donation account. For every $20 that you put in, 20, 40, 60, 80, whatever, I'm going to give you one entry into the raffle. At the end of the month, I'm going to draw 2 names. The first will win the Datsun stuff. The second doesn't have to be a Datsun owner, will win all the other things. And then at the end of that, all of the money that is in that account, I will be donating over to a pediatric cancer nonprofit organization to give back to some kids less fortunate than us. I see this as an opportunity for the car community to get together and do something that is kind of really unheard of and something I haven't really seen done on a whole lot of other car build channels. So I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see a big turnout from this, and I hope that we can give back to some very, very precious kids that are going through some really hard times. Let's get back to this build. Let's have an exciting year. Thank you guys.